When a Sigma male cuts you out, it's not about drama or a temporary argument, it's something much deeper. These men don't operate within the usual social frameworks. They don't engage in endless explanations or dramatic exits. When someone no longer fits into their life or aligns with their values, they simply move on. No warnings, no second chances. The decision is swift, clean, and final, often leaving the other person confused and wondering what went wrong. But the truth is, a Sigma male's reasoning is always intentional, even if he doesn't express it aloud. Sigma males possess an extraordinary ability to see through people. They're highly observant, paying attention to details most others would overlook. They notice when someone is being disingenuous, hiding their true intentions, or putting on a facade. When they sense that someone isn't authentic, they won't waste time trying to figure out why. They'll simply walk away. It's not personal, they just don't have the patience or energy for relationships built on anything less than honesty and authenticity. Mental energy is precious to them, and they're extremely selective about where they invest it. If someone becomes too demanding, emotionally draining, or constantly seeks validation without giving anything in return, they'll start to distance themselves. This isn't about being unkind or cold, it's about self-preservation. They refuse to let themselves be depleted by people who take more than they give. Instead of engaging in confrontations or asking for space, they'll quietly remove themselves from the equation. Respect is a cornerstone of their relationships. Sigma males expect to be treated with the same consideration and respect they extend to others. They don't tolerate being dismissed, belittled, or taken for granted. If they feel disrespected, even in subtle ways, they won't argue or demand an apology. They'll simply decide that the relationship no longer serves them and leave without looking back. For them, respect isn't negotiable, and they won't waste time in spaces where it's absent. Cutting someone off isn't something they do impulsively. Sigma males are patient observers. They often give people multiple chances, even if they don't vocalize it. They watch and wait, hoping the other person will show growth or change. But when the same patterns repeat themselves, they'll reach a point where they've had enough. By the time they decide to leave, they've already processed the situation and moved on emotionally. There's no anger, no resentment, just a quiet acknowledgement that it's time to let go. They value calm, focused environments and are highly protective of their mental clarity. If someone's presence starts to feel like noise, whether through shallow interactions or constant demands for attention, they'll see it as a distraction from their goals. They don't have room for mediocrity in their relationships and will remove anything that disrupts their inner peace. This isn't about superiority or judgment, it's about staying true to their priorities. Their lives are guided by strong personal visions and clear values. If someone's values clash with their own or create tension, they'll quietly step away. They don't view it as a matter of right or wrong, it's simply about alignment. They know where they're headed and what they stand for, and they won't compromise that for the sake of maintaining a relationship. The moment they sense a fundamental disconnect, they'll start to create distance. Living authentically is a core principle for them. They don't follow societal scripts or conform to expectations. If they sense that someone is living a life dictated by others, just going through the motions without questioning or creating their own path, they'll lose interest. To them, life is about carving out your own unique journey. If someone lacks that same sense of independence and purpose, they'll see the relationship as incompatible and move on. Growth is everything to them. They're always evolving, learning, and improving themselves. If someone in their life stops growing or becomes stagnant, they'll eventually outpace them. It's not about feeling superior, it's about staying aligned with their trajectory. They won't wait around or try to drag someone along who isn't willing to grow. They simply keep moving forward, leaving behind those who can't keep up. Peace of mind is one of their top priorities, and they'll protect it at all costs. They don't stay in relationships out of obligation, guilt, or fear of hurting someone's feelings. If a connection begins to disrupt their peace, they'll choose to walk away. They avoid unnecessary drama, emotional manipulation, or situations that drain them. Their focus is on maintaining balance and tranquility, even if that means leaving people behind. Above all else, they value their autonomy. Any attempt to control, confine, or limit them will push them away instantly. Freedom isn't just about avoiding commitments, it's about living life authentically and without restrictions. If someone tries to box them in, whether through expectations or demands, they won't argue or try to explain. They'll simply leave. Independence is non-negotiable, and they won't compromise it for anyone. Their ability to read people extends to detecting hidden agendas and manipulation. They can sense when someone isn't being upfront, or has ulterior motives. The moment they pick up on this, they'll shut the door on the relationship without a second thought. Trust, for them, is sacred, and once it's broken, there's no going back. They surround themselves with genuine people who respect their boundaries and share their values. Anything less isn't worth their time. When a Sigma male cuts someone off, it's never done on a whim. The decision is deliberate, calculated, and final. They don't owe explanations or endless chances. They protect their peace, freedom, and mental clarity above all else. By the time they've walked away, they've already processed their emotions and moved forward, leaving the past behind. For them, life is too short to invest in relationships that don't serve their growth or align with their values.